Gentlemen, everyone, welcome to the 2025 Kickstart Invitational podcast, where we dive into the soul of the Kickstart Invitational. I'm, of course, your host, Kyle Steffi, alongside Justin and Carter McPhail. In each episode, we'll be bringing you the latest development, expert analysis, behind-the-scenes interviews, and exclusive insights of the Kickstart Invitational. Carter, Justin, with a new setup. How we doing?
Doing well, Kyle.
Thank you.
As you guys can see in every episode, of course, we have a special guest with us tonight. Before we get to introducing him, we got to pay the bills. Mr. Carter, bring it over to our loyal sponsor.
For sure. This episode is proudly sponsored by Dunham Sports, your one-stop destination for all things sporting goods. Whether you're into hunting, fishing, or loving every day, Dunham's has everything you need to elevate your experience in the great outdoors. Get ready to step up your game with Dunham's exclusive offer. Use code Kickstart25 for an amazing 20% off on all golf gear and accessories. Exclusions may apply. I heard the exceptions are Nike, Reebok, Callaway, TaylorMade, and Maui Jim sunglasses are unavailable for this discount.
Is it for this month or for the year?
Huh? What's that, boss?
Is that for the month or the year?
Full year.
I'm surprised they have Maui gyms, honestly.
Surprised they do a little bit.
Pricey.
Justin, if you were to pick one, hunting, fishing, or loving every day?
Ooh. Everybody knows I'm a big hunter now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with fishing.
Justin has a 1 KD.
That is true. That is true. As you guys can see here, special guest on the pod. Another character who is long awaited for the Kickstart Invitational invitation. He is a Grand Valley State alumni, as are most of us on this program. Married to an ESPN color commentator. He was a 4-sport athlete in middle school. He's the greatest matchmaker / Cupid since Tinder was invented. And he used to have the best Bieber cut of all time, Mr. Joey Reitano.
Glad to be here, boys. Thank you for the introduction, Kyle. Yes, I did have really good Bieber.
Yeah, but it's
all the time.
I was looking through some old photos. That was immaculate.
Oh, hey. I was Bieber before Bieber. Before the Trumps.
Untrue, likely.
And before P. Diddy. So that's good. Just clarification.
Beep. We are not a pro. We are a anti-Diddy podcast.
Look, some guys will do anything for $20, so I'll just say.
$20 is $20, so a guy in the corner.
Moving on.
Joe, welcome to the program.
To be here.
First question for all of our guests. What does the Kickstart Invitational mean to you?
Well, this being my first one, this is also my first organized golf trip I've ever been a part of. So I'm really excited about that, Just might get my foot in the door, playing some organized golf with a good group of guys coming from a bunch of different backgrounds, and excited to swing it with the boys.
I know, between at least Carter and I, I'm sure we've talked your ear off a bunch about the Kickstart trip as a whole and the memories and stories that we've gotten from it. What have you heard about it? What stuck with you? Like, what are you specifically most excited about? Run us through your preconceived notions of this trip, I guess.
Yes, I've heard lots of things about it through all the boys that have been there that I know so far. I'm excited to play some golf at some really good golf courses. Being that I am a Grand Valley State alum, I am also very familiar with a lot of the courses we've played. Lots of good tracks on that on the itinerary. But I think, as Chase said before too, I think one of the best parts is just going to be hanging out with the guys, especially now that the trip's extended a little bit. Being able to kick back, drink some brewskis, and kind of just get to know everybody and hang out. So.
Yeah, Carter, I know you've had scouting reports out for a lot of the new players. Do you have a Washtenaw County scout in the pipeline?
We're working on it. That Southeast Michigan Ford dealer type scout is somebody that has been eluding it. Maybe we can get Grange here. This we have been on record saying this is a pro Grange podcast. Joe's a hard guy to get eyes on. I'll admit. So scouting is still out, but there's plenty of time. Just in my own networking abilities, I've talked to him a bit. He's got big plans for the off season and the preseason leading up to the Kickstart. He says he wants to get 30 rounds in before the Kickstart.
That would be the most by anybody.
He also alluded to me that he'd like to see his handicap go up by then.
The 30 rounds, is that including like when you guys go and play 9 holes at U of M?
Yeah, I mean, I try to play 18 whenever I can. Being that being in the career field I am, I have a lot to take off on my own. Only working 3 days a week, and I work nights, so no one's around, so I just go play by myself. Typically can walk 18 pretty quick. This course isn't slowed up by a bunch of old guys and alum that are there reminiscing about the old days and when U of M actually had a live Wolverine as a mascot, So other than that, yeah, I'd like to put some rounds in. Again, it may be hearsay that I'm trying to up my handicap because I don't believe I'm that good, but we'll see.
Joe's going to be out there walking, playing by himself, playing 2 golf balls and counting them both on the same scorecard.
That may be cool.
And Joe, for all those listening at home, remind us what your handicap is.
Currently, as it stands, I don't have an official PGA in one, but 18 Birdies has told me that I'm a 9.9 as of December 19th or 20th.
We're gonna have to update the player profile I have here prepared. We forgot about his round in Hawaii on the honeymoon.
Yes.
I'll try to smooth that over when I read the player profile.
Yes, that round, great round. One of the cooler courses I've played at, just views wise. Grass wise, not the best. But no, yeah, beautiful course out there, Bouquet Golf Club in Kauai.
That'd be nice. Carter, you mentioned the player profile cards. Why don't you run through it?
Sure. Joey joins the 2025 roster as yet another proud graduate of the Lake Fenton High School class of 2017. Continues the tradition of Grand Valley State University alumni in the field as well, having earned his undergraduate degree in 2021. But Joe didn't stop there. He had a second undergraduate degree from the University of Michigan in 2022. He is now married to Aaliyah Reitano, formerly Frederick. Joe is ready to bring his unique flair to the tournament. True jack of all trades, Joe's golf game is as multifaceted as his talents, a 9.9 handicap index player, and self-proclaimed knuckleball specialist. Joe describes his style with characteristic humility. My golf game is a lot like my bog rattling skills, average at best. However, I can be sneaky, looking to dominate 4-ball and draft. Joe's blend of versatility, subtle skill, and strategic mindset makes him an exciting addition to the Invitational. Whether it's on the course or during the draft night festivities, Joe is sure to make an impact right away. Thrilled to have you, Joe. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
If anyone has any comments or questions to Joey, feel free to go fuck yourself.
Put him in the live chat.
Yeah, throw him in the live chat.
Put them in the comments. We'll like your comment and never answer it.
No, the scouts mentioned there that Joe's looking to maybe make a statement on draft night. Is that just with aluminum cans, or are you looking to get in some asses there on the first night after the draft and talk a little shit?
No, it's probably more so the aluminum cans, being that I know my golf game is very up and down. Not looking to talk a lot of shit, to be honest with you. I'd like to be the guy that's going to be low key and then hopefully has a day, and then everyone's like, oh shit, this guy just came out of nowhere. Aluminum can wise, slowed down in my age. I'm only 25.
I remember 25.
I just don't get out there and knock the Blue Mountains back as much as I used to. But with the boys, I'm sure I'll have a little bit more pep in my step. So try to make it an entrance that way.
Yeah, you might as well take a full swing at it on the first night there, but probably before going to a course early the next morning that you've never played before. It's
right.
Interesting strategy for sure.
That's what they make Liquid IV for. Like we kind of said, I'm a nurse. I got IV supplies. I can hook up a quick bag. Sober myself up.
Our MVP from last year takes a similar approach every year, right? Even though physically he has been to these courses before. He gets pretty tuned up usually on draft night and then shows up. Mentally, he's never been there before in his life, but physically he's been there many times. So it has worked out.
For sure.
I'll defend Dylan's honor here in saying getting buzzed up that first night with the fellas is so fun.
He wasn't even the drunkest one there. Okay, that's a quote.
That quote is from him.
Print.
Joe, have you played of the courses, the Mine, Diamond Springs, and Pilgrims? Which ones have you played? Which ones have you not?
I've actually played only the Mines. I was set to play Pilgrims Run last year. I was in Grand Rapids, and we ended up getting rained out. Kind of bummed about that one. Pretty shitty day out.
Unlucky.
Kickstart won singles match. Pilgrims Run in the rain.
Yeah.
People forget. I bought the clubhouse out of rain gloves.
I do have rain gloves, thankfully. I was prepared, but the course was a little underwater in places. Couldn't do it. I know there's been talks of like the fourth course kind of being up in the air. I don't know if it's been decided by the committee who does that, but we do travel out to American Dunes. I've also played there. It's a good track. It's on the radar. I heard that was also one that could be spoken of. And then, a couple other ones in GR I've been to, ventured to.
Yeah. Any in particular you'd like to see on the card?
No. I like playing courses I've never played before. Big on landscape. Obviously, being able to play a course before, you get to know the landscape, know where you got to hit shots and whatnot. But again, my golf game's not that great, so I don't think it'll help me, being that I played there before.
I'll let Jay go in 1 second because we got to move on. But Joey, what was the course that you threw me out of the cart from when we played with your dad and your uncle?
I don't even remember.
What's up?
What city? Can we say the city?
I think it was in Hudsonville. Or near Hudsonville.
Was it? I thought we played at the Mines. With my
no, it wasn't the Mines.
Oh, was it Eagle? It was
Eagle Crest?
No, it wasn't Eagle Crest. It was Eagle something. But I think it might
Eagle Springs?
No. It was like Hudson.
Eagle Eye.
It was like almost to the Granville Mall.
Right.
Yeah. Somewhere over that, like going that way, Eagle something.
Maple Hill, maybe?
No, it wasn't Maple Hill.
Glen Eagle?
Glen Eagle. That's what it was.
I have no recollection of that day other than you throwing me out of the cart. Jay, do we know anything about that course?
I'm just Googling it. I'm just Googling it right now. It's possible that no, we don't. No.
I was going to
the
say
most strategic greens in the Grand Rapids area, it says here online, and the very first picture appears to be a par 3 with houses down the left, street, a neighborhood street long of the green, and houses down the right with a big pond.
We don't have
go ahead and say that is not the most strategic greens in the Grand Rapids area.
We don't have the insurance budget to have 8, 10 plus handicappers in a neighborhood.
Yeah. I will say that course is not very nice.
It is a number being super nice.
It is affordable.
It's just Grand Rapids Captain's Club.
It is.
I could say it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's looking at for just the first picture on their website. I would say that's probably was built in the late 90s, early 2000s to sell houses right before the real estate bubble burst. So, yeah, not unlike the newest Live Golf Team Championship course coming up. Could be good. We'll take that under advisement. The director of golf is noting.
But not recommend again.
So Joe, famously undefeated in the Kickstart competition, but you've gotten 0 points for your teams as well. I don't know how that's going to translate to next year's draft position, but another, I guess our Northwestern scout has passed along that you once single-handedly beat Parker and Liam on Liam's birthday at Eagle Crest, another just spectacular golf course in a best ball match play. Is that something that you can confirm or deny ever happening?
I can confirm it. Yeah,
It's a tough scene for our boys.
Did he say yes?
He said yes.
Okay.
Pretty sure it happened. Pretty sure Kyle was there as my witness.
Who was your partner?
I believe it was Kyle. No, just kidding. Was it? Were you my partner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't sound single-handedly to me. Let me write that down.
You should have looked at the scorecard.
I was gonna say, from what I remember,
Your Honor.
From what I recall, I do think I did single-handedly do that. I did play. That was one of my better rounds of. I think it was probably 2 years ago at this point. But yeah, that definitely was one of my better rounds. The front nine was not great. I will say that. But then the back, I mean, we go out and shoot 37 or something like that, and that helped.
It's pretty good. There's a lot of landmines out there on the back nine at Eagle Crest.
Oh yeah, very, very wet.
There's a lot of guys on this trip that think quite highly of Eagle Crest. We might have to work some questions in about that on some of these interviews, because I think I'm at the complete opposite end of the spectrum on that discussion. But let's move on.
Carter, run into rapid fire. Actually, just kidding. Don't do that. Justin.
All right.
We have an ad read.
Yeah, we've got a great partner. I just needed a little help getting us there, but yeah, we've got a great partner, Alliance Beverage. They want to continue offering the remainder of these, once we get through the intros and the statistics and stuff, the remainder of these episodes ad free. So we'll never have an ad outside the first 25 minutes of these podcasts, unless it's I suppose free ads. Sometimes we bring up some products that we like and stuff, but the remainder of this podcast is going to be sponsored by Alliance Beverage, ad free. We've got something new here. Yeah, Alliance exists to help fulfill and enhance the quality of lives of their associates, customers, suppliers, and the community. Alliance is here to support the Kickstart Invitational Draft, the event, its participants' beer league hockey team, and the pursuit of great golf and great friends. So thank you to Alliance Beverage. Maybe at the end of this episode, we'll show you the cool beer league jerseys they were able to get us for Dan and I's hockey team. I think the fellas would quite appreciate it. Or maybe we'll link you a picture in the show notes down at the bottom there on YouTube.
Shout out Dan's boss.
Yeah, shout out to Dan's boss. Fuck Dan's boss's boss.
Fuck that guy.
Shout out to Dan, first and foremost, most of all.
Always. Dan's my guy. Parts, run us in through the rapid fire segment for Joey here.
Hey, before we get into the rapid fire, I just hey, I want to put my hand up. And for the honesty and transparency of the Kickstart and Joey's, scouting report. The people forget, 6/9/2023. Joey and I played an 18-hole match play event, me versus him. He finagled me, haggled me to a 10-stroke gift, and then proceeded to beat me straight up. I shot a season high 91. Was fresh off the plane from Minnesota. He got me fair and square. With a net 81. Gross 90 beat my gross 91. Hey, and I can wear that. That being said, if I see him out there in May, I'm gonna get his ass.
Yeah, I mean, I can also confirm that did happen. But as we were talking about it on Fortnite 2 nights ago, he said he had a couple beers before the flight, which I find hard to believe considering his flight was at 6:30 in the morning. Also,
it was my first try at this. You know, we can look back into the old playlist. Chase would be a fan of it. I was drunk on the plane. Take it how it will. I didn't have my best stuff, and Joe got me. I can own that.
Yeah, I mean, but he was talking the other day about how that was the reason. Backsider information. I also came from working 12 hours at night, straight to the airport, and then picking him up to drive 4 hours north to Traverse City for a bachelor party, and we stopped halfway. So I think being kind of a science guy, limited sleep over 2 or 3 Trulies on a plane while you get to rest, I think I got you beat.
Hey, he got me. He beat me.
No other complaint.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I hit the ball more times than he did.
Just barely.
Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. I lost a lot more golf balls than he did, but.
So we got a record time of 1:59 still to beat here. Kyle, do you have the timer ready?
I will say this. Also, we have talked amongst the committee, and passing on every question in hopes of getting the lowest time is now illegal. We got tipped off that there could be a potential guest looking to do that.
We have a 5-second penalty for every passed question.
That's correct. All right, Joe, are you ready?
Ready as I'm ever going to be, I guess.
Answer honestly to the best of your ability.
Will do.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, the timer will begin after I complete reading the first question. Just going to drag that right over here, right quick. And here we go. Better time to play golf, spring or fall?
Fall.
Lowest ever 18-hole score?
75.
Where do you get to play most of your golf?
Course.
Which or what course is the favorite that you've ever played?
American Dunes, probably.
And that would be lead into, what is your favorite course in Michigan?
Yes.
Who is your favorite pro golfer?
Tiger's got to be the guy.
Who is in your dream foursome?
Depends on what kind. No, I'm just kidding.
This guy's got it.
Let's see here. Scotty Scheffler, I'd say. I would say Brad Dahlke from Good, and Bob from Bob Does Sports. You know, I think I'd get some good lessons out there, but also some good entertainment. So,
all right. How often do you get to play golf?
Probably 3-4 times a week.
Do you know all of the words to the song Rattlin' Bog?
I think so.
Do you have a favorite part in the song Rattlin' Bog?
I do not have a favorite part.
What is your current relationship status?
I am married.
Congratulations. What is your favorite part of your golf game?
Being out with the boys. It's not really part of my golf game, but I mean, that's the best part of golf.
All right. Describe your ideal partner in 10 seconds.
Hits the ball straight. Make sure I could wail on one. That's probably it.
Oh, lucky Ilya. Who is your celebrity crush?
It's gotta be Margot Robbie. I know Sydney Sweeney's up there because I feel like that they're interchangeable at this point, but no, Margot's still the one.
What is your favorite alcoholic drink of choice?
It's got to be probably Captain and Coke.
All right. What is your favorite bar in the Grand Rapids area?
New Holland. It's got to be the Knickerbocker.
All right. What player do you most want to be partners with in 2025?
I don't know. Somebody new. I don't know. Maybe Cullen.
Ooh. What would you describe? This is going on your nursing knowledge. What is the female version of a boner? That's more for me, honestly.
Female version of a boner. Well, not to get too graphic on the pod here, 'cause it's on YouTube, but it's definitely excessive secretions from the lower area.
If you had to create a guess for this year's tournament, who do you think will win, the conductors or the challenging team?
I'm gonna have to say the conductors. I mean, they've won 3, so or 4, whatever it is.
In 2 years' time, if you were to become the next captain, what would you name your team?
The Libre launchers, Nacho Libre. Yep, that one's gonna. The Libre launchers.
Stop the clock.
3:22.
Boy, you really put them in a blender there at the end.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'd have to say that. It definitely. I mean, going back to that question, I think that's the right answer.
we don't have to expand on it anymore. I'm already uncomfortable.
No. I've got some follow-ups.
Welcome back to Anatomy 205, Professor Joey.
No, not that. Who are you going to be riding with in that dream foursome of yours, Joe? Who do you want to be your kart partner?
Probably got to be Bob.
Interesting.
I wouldn't pick Bob in that foursome. I get to see Bob's personality every day.
I don't watch Bob Does Sports as much. I watch a lot more Good. That being said, the Brad Dawkey thing, I think I probably, looking back on it, could have picked another professional. I'd like to say my dad, but he's also not a golfer, so he really wouldn't have enjoyed it. So.
Okay. For your ideal partner, you mentioned something about somebody who hits it straight. Do you prefer to play in like scramble type formats versus a 4-ball where you got to play your own ball? Was that maybe a subconscious
I think so.
notion that you don't play a lot of 4-ball?
Yeah, I'd say that's correct. I play a lot of scrambles during the year, so having that one guy in the group that allows you to whale at one, that's a good thing to have. Not the most accurate hitter, but
sure. Okay.
Being fast.
And then you mentioned that you want to play with Cullen, somebody new. How many times have you met Cullen before?
None. Met him on the mic. That being said, I've never met any of the guys. I mean, other than the guys that I've grown up with, being you guys, Parker and Liam. Obviously, Jay, I don't play with you very often. Carter, we played a decent amount. Kyle, we also do. So yeah. I'm trying to make a new buddy out there. So
he's definitely a fan favorite. He's a popular answer for that question. So that's why I wanted to follow up with it.
I've also heard that answer from multiple people, so I was like, well, might as well follow suit. So
yeah, for sure. And then you said that you would bet on the conductors at this time to win a 4th championship. Were you or were you not a big Patriots fan back in the day?
I was not.
No. Interesting.
Not a big Patriots fan, but same thing kind of with the Chiefs right now. Dynasties are tough to kill, and you got to respect the game when there's game to be had. So
that's true. All right, Kyle, what do we got next?
Excuse me. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So figured to wrap this up. We were kind of drumming up different ideas, and we've never done a tier list on the pod, and I've always wanted to. So what we're gonna do in this segment is us four are going to collectively agree on a tier to put each fast food that is kind of Midwest based. Fast food restaurant that is. We'll see how much we agree. I think we've all been to at least I've been to most of these places, or at least seen them. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you guys have any questions about it?
No, I was just gonna ask, are we gonna be able to see the screen here? This is perfect.
Yes, we see it.
We can see it.
Excellent.
We all know the corporate America lingo usually is flying on this podcast.
We now see that Amazon has infiltrated our podcast, but otherwise,
I'll cover that up in post.
Thanks, George.
Alliance is going to be pissed.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to rotate who goes first and do it that way, or how do we want to?
I think you'd click one and then just go down the line.
All right, Joey, Burger King.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go C tier.
I agree. It's in C tier for me as well.
I have it in ass tier.
I have it in ass as well. I think it's awful.
Wow.
I would go forth and say if there was a between C and ass tier, I'd have it there, strictly because they had a pretty good chicken nugget deal going on, and in the fall of 2020, me and Connor Fedoric were home from Ferris State due to COVID shutdown. Did a little skate, and we went there for the chicken nugget deal, and it was just okay.
Oh, just okay. I would say, without bogging us down too much, their fries are very underrated.
I also like their hash browns.
Breakfast
is better.
C tier.
Okay.
I forgot about the French toast sticks. It's a good.
I'm still throwing an ass. Chick-fil-A, heavy hitter. What do you guys think here for Chick-fil-A?
I have it in A tier.
I think I also have it in A tier.
I'm gonna agree. I could almost put it in B tier. We don't have a lot of these up here in Traverse City, so Chick-fil-A kind of gets hit a lot. You start to see maybe some of their inconsistencies, but I would leave the podcast if we tried to sneak this into S tier. So I'll go A. It's fine.
I think it's very just like good, not great, and the line is incredibly intimidating. However, they pump through that line.
They do.
I
have it in the A tier.
Its processes and their training is unbelievable.
It is a B tier food. It is an S tier in the terms of, their corporate, I guess.
Service wins all.
Maybe not all of their corporate ideas. We could take
my only gripe with this, because I think A tier is probably fair. It was overrated for a long time, and then I think we're kind of leveling out with Chick-fil-A. My only gripe right now is that it's only one tier away from Burger King, and I think that's fucked. But we move on.
We don't make
I think it's 2 tiers away, the way I look at it.
There's a tier in between.
Burger King is C- tier.
I think Culver's is S tier for me.
I would agree with that.
I think every item that you get there is always hot and fresh. I think they are second only to Chick-fil-A when it comes to the processes and the way they can get that food out to you, cooked that fresh that quickly. The Butter Burger is the best fast food burger on this list, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, fries are great. Chicken sandwich is great.
They also have ice cream. Their custard is very, very good. Concrete
Yeah,
custard.
their custard is potentially the best on this list. Yeah, that's good stuff.
100%.
I like it there. It's fine. And S tier.
I like S tier there. And there is a gap between Chick-fil-A and Culver's, I think, too.
As we get more on the list, we can kind of put like the next A tier restaurant is likely going in front of Chick-fil-A.
Domino's.
B.
I'd say B.
I have Domino's in S tier.
Fuck you.
I think it's just.
I have Domino's in C tier
somehow
above Burger King.
Somehow you could walk into the restaurant, order it, wait for the pizza, and by the time you get it to your car, somehow it's still not fresh. I don't know how that's possible, but they do it every time. Maybe that's an issue with our Domino's here in Traverse City, but
I was ready to go B.
He's right. It's a C at most for me.
I don't think it's anything astounding. I'm a big pizza guy. For me, it's light years ahead of Burger King, but I also would have Burger King just looking ahead a little bit in the list. So far down an ass.
Per your words, I don't think it's one tier away from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Fair. Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
S.
I think that could be. I'm in between and A. Yeah.
I have it S tier.
The fries put it into S tier for me.
Yeah, Kyle, what do you think?
I'm in heavy S, and I would actually even go above Culver's.
I would go in S as well.
I would go above Culver's.
I do have a hard time maybe with where we draw the line for this being considered fast food, but
yeah,
it is a superior dining experience to Culver's.
The fry volume alone. I mean, it's going to cost you $30 a person.
Yeah,
but you're not eating it once a week.
Yeah, you do in fact get what you pay for here.
It's a special occasion.
Yeah,
I went back to school shopping, and now I'm getting Five Guys. And that comment will come up when we get to my favorite on this list.
Okay.
That happens. If this is the story I'm gonna hear, I was with Carter one time for clothes shopping, and where we went after to eat with the McPhail family is on this list, and I want to see where he puts it.
You know where it's going.
All right. I don't know if I've seen one of these outside of Lake. What is the road? Lake Michigan Drive in Allendale area, Walker area. Freddy's.
They have one of those down there.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of in between that Meyer and Allendale campus.
I've never been. It from all accounts, it's excellent. I couldn't rate it though. I've never actually had it.
I've never had it.
I've only had their custard. That being said, can't really vouch for anything else. Yeah,
I've only.
It looks good in pictures. Too. Looks good in pictures. Good for them.
I've heard it like competes with Culver's.
Honestly, anybody advertising themselves as a steak burger, while we know it's probably close to the same thing, it sounds a little more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will be controversial or not, but where are we at on In-N-Out here?
Never had it.
Never had it.
All the reviews I've heard of it is it's not that good.
Yeah, I've heard it's either an S tier or C tier. I've never heard anybody say it's an A or B.
I was gonna say I've only had it once. It was at my bachelor party when we were at the Waste Management Open.
Yep.
So that experience made it S tier. Other than that, the food was average. I'd say probably B would be a solid one.
Yeah, I'm with Joe here. There was quality there. It just was like the most bland food There was just no flavor there, really. Like, no seasoning, nothing. But we had fun being there, but
Oh yeah,
Of course.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC.
I got this in B tier. Another place where, it's good. In my experience, the quality has been the same pretty much every time. The consistency is good. The food is good. The Famous Bowl, if that was on this list, would be an S tier item.
not to
Just
mention
good, clean family fun there.
popcorn chicken's good. Finger licking good sauce is pretty finger licking good.
They are doing some provocative shit with the sauces over there at KFC.
KFC is also, they got their stock fastball, and then they're trying to reinvent the wheel on the other side of the menu.
They
got
are.
pizza, chicken sandwich. What are we doing?
They raised their floor by carrying the bone-in fried chicken. They do.
Yeah. So we're all in on B there.
Yeah. I would have it. I would personally. Sorry, I would personally have it lower, but I'll cede the floor to you guys. You're talking me into it. It's fine.
All right. The Golden Arches.
S. Not even close.
Oof.
Number 1 on the list.
No shot.
Put it up there. There's no way.
Joey Cullen or Joey Justin?
You want me to call in Cullen? He's going to feel the same.
I don't want Cullen's opinion. I want Joey and Justin's.
I'm in between B and C, honestly.
Oh, I would have it in A tier probably. I think.
I mean, breakfast.
It's the.
There. I will say that.
See, I think breakfast holds them back. To be honest with you.
The griddle holds them back.
Yeah, that folded egg and whatever the egg in the circle is the eggs there are so bad, but
they are. I was fine with B.
Get that
out. I mean, we are at S, A, B, and C for our answers here, so we can say top of the B tier, low end of the A tier.
I would move my vote to S just to bump this up to A.
This is not a B. This is better than Chick-fil-A.
This is an OG. This is, kind of the first ones to do it. They've mastered the process. I think it comes down to personnel in their restaurants. The best ones. Yeah.
Thompson,
the good franchisees make a good name for McDonald's, and the ones that don't, just they're not picking up talent.
I'm not even convinced there's a ton of talent on the roster to begin with.
Got an extremely high floor.
Yeah, the floor is high, but the ceiling
is so high.
It's damn
near the ceiling's not that high.
The ceiling is so low.
They are other than the McRib, they just refuse to push the envelope. And look at,
if it ain't broke.
They took away the snack wrap. You can't deny the snack wrap was one of their heavy hitters. That's like saying that, we're gonna sit Aaron Judge. We're not gonna bring out Aaron Judge to hit for the Yankees for the next 3 years. We're gonna keep paying them. Everybody's gonna be watching the highlights. We're gonna keep streaming those out. But you're not gonna see them actually at the ballpark.
I was just gonna say, if the snack wrap was on the menu today, I would have it. I would have it in A tier on my own.
See that?
Yeah, that would put it in S tier for me. I think where we have it now is probably right.
Yeah. Noodles and Company.
I haven't been in a long time.
Never been.
Back in 2012, 2013, when we were going there a lot during hockey tournaments and stuff. I wasn't paying for it, but I remember it being quite expensive for some mac and cheese that probably came from a bag.
Mm-hmm.
I have to rate it higher than Burger King and Domino's though, so I'm going high C, I guess. Low B maybe, if anybody else has strong feelings.
I think it's a C tier and above Domino's. It's another one of those. I'm not sold on the fast food area of it. However, I mean, if we had a Chick-fil-A or a Chipotle, Qdoba, Five Guys argument here, it's there. It's average, but there isn't another place on this list that could replace it. It's got its own thing. It's good at what it does. It's not great.
Yeah.
That was my only thought, is that your next closest thing to this is like Olive Garden, and then you're spending, I don't know, $30 on
Endless Possible.
Same thing. I don't know. Like, I like Noodles and Co., but I'm fine with this being where it's at.
It's a good knuckleball pitcher, but listen, it's not Tim Wakefield out there. It's not going out there dominating.
Yeah, no.
Rest in peace.
I could see this getting controversial, but we'll see. Where do we have Panera?
I'm going ass.
Oh wow! Yeah. I have it again just ahead of Domino's. I think the quality for the price is just not there. The drinks, and they actually the whatever the coffee deal you can do through their app, they actually have probably the best fast food coffee out there. But the food's just, I would rather get it than Domino's. But
I have it above I have it above Noodles in C tier. The reality is it's good. It costs way too much money for what you get. The pick two is very effective. Half a little cup of soup, half a sandwich. The sandwich is good. They have a great arugula there.
That's true. They are the only ones putting arugula on their sandwiches.
If arugula is the base of the argument,
you're gonna have arugula. It better be, if you're gonna have arugula, you better have a damn good arugula, and they do. However,
pay $18 for fucking arugula. I'd rather go to Five Guys.
Just give me some shredded lettuce.
Fucking right.
Give me $3 back and put the shredded lettuce on there.
I'm fine with this being asked here because they had lightning lemonade literally take a life. Murderers.
That's true.
Rest in peace.
I asked here.
I haven't checked my sources on this, but they are the only ones that have killed somebody.
Well,
we're not here
directly.
We can directly point to.
Correct. Yeah.
Popeyes.
S tier.
I've only had it a few times.
Top spot.
Really good. But
I have it between Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
I'm with Jay on that one.
I would say I don't have enough of an opinion.
I could put it above Chick-fil-A, but that biscuit is just foolishly ass.
It's another conversation of floor and ceiling. I think the Popeyes ceiling clears Chick-fil-A, but I've had some awful Popeyes in my life.
I've had Popeyes that was just completely raw in the middle. So
yeah, I mean, they really can fuck it up sometimes, but
also potentially a personnel issue. Sometimes you see some TikToks. And there's people back in that kitchen doing some diabolical shit. So,
I have this in S tier. I'd like to see it jump Chick-fil-A on our list. I'm a guy that does a lot of road trips, spends a lot of time in the car on turnpikes, and usually those, the Ohio and Pennsylvania areas have this Popeyes, and I be hitting it, and it is so good.
Anybody overly upset if we flip-flop Popeyes and Chick-fil-A?
No, because I think I'm with you, Kyle. The ceiling is so high that it probably clears it, even though the floor is potentially the lowest of any of these on the list.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that Domino's floor is low.
You guys got to go back to Domino's. This is fucking crazy.
Is Little Caesars on here? Because that's S tier.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Portillo's.
Never been.
Also never been.
I've never been.
It's a B tier. Chocolate cake
Is it?
shake. Hot dog is very good. Only been a couple times. One of the times I went was with my Johnstown team, and our owner just gave us the card and said, "Go crazy." Had a teammate get 3 hot dogs and a rib plate. And a chocolate cake shake, the large. You ever seen a triple double big gulp cake shake go down? That is.
There was a full chocolate sheet cake in there.
I'm fine with it being in the never been because of that, but I do because I would see a Portillo's and I would be fine not going, but it's got good snap from what
I mean, besides some of your takes, I think we're all right trusting your opinion here. So where do you want to put this?
I'd put it behind KFC and B tier.
Okay. I can look at that.
The chocolate cake shake was diabolical.
Hot dogs at a fast food restaurant to me just seems diabolical.
It's again one of those places that
it might be the most believable fast food out there, though.
You're right, but it's just still just seems wrong.
It's unconventional.
Salads
for sure.
being on the logo is diabolical.
Yeah, that's a problem. Potbelly.
Never been.
Potbelly's good.
Yeah, it's nothing like crazy, but it's good.
Yeah, I would like. It reminds me of Quiznos a little bit, except for you don't really have any options.
All right.
I don't know if you guys have been. Kyle, have you been to one before?
A Potbelly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's quite good. I have a hard time. I've never been to In-N-Out, but I have a hard time. I can't put it in A tier probably.
I think the way you, me, and Joey all said it was like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is good. Solid option.
Probably like the back end of B tier, maybe.
I think that's kind of like how we responded. I think we were like, yeah, it's fine.
I feel like we could go in between KFC and In-N-Out. But
I would agree with that.
That's fair. I'm with you. I almost said the same thing. Interesting for those that study statistics, this is the shape that we're putting out here. But
Shake Shack.
I would have Shake Shack in the B tier. It's good. I will caveat that by saying I've only ever had it at the airport.
Yeah, so
that being
I've
said,
had it
at Denver Airport, and I did see Waka Flocka in line, and I ate my Shake Shack 2 tables away where he was eating his Shake Shack, and he was huge as a person. 7'4", just looked like you took a picture of a regular rapper and just went huge guy.
You can see how he would go hard in the mother effing paint.
He would absolutely score buckets on the Lake Fenton Middle School basketball team.
There's
I
a
would
video
be out
of
of a starting
from the free throw line out there. I have Shake Shack in A tier.
I would agree with that one.
The right behind
burger's good.
I have it actually slightly in front of right in front of McDonald's personally. If those two are the options and I'm not crunched for time, I'm choosing Shake Shack every time.
I would agree with that.
Underrated, part of Shake Shack is actually the shakes are quite good.
Oh yeah. I think it's almost like it's a poor man's Five Guys almost. Like I think it's good. Maybe a little bit worse PR and a little less fries, I suppose. But
I think it's the H&M of Five Guys.
Maybe, yeah.
Crinkle cut fries though, aren't they? Crinkle cuts.
They are, yeah.
Always hot and fresh.
The fry is very good. I'm happy with it there, Nate.
Okay. Sonic.
Never been.
Joe, have you been?
When I was real young, so I can't say I have an opinion. I'd say never been.
Justin, did I hear ass come out of your mouth?
Yeah. Yep. I think Sonic is so terrible. Probably the lowest ceiling The floor is right down there with Popeyes for what, they constantly discover ways to make your low expectations and just somehow limbo right under them. The drink menu, like the drink thing is intimidating because it's not really like a set menu. You pretty much could just ask for whatever you want and they'll just put it in a cup. You don't like get to test it. I mean, you could maybe argue that it should be in C tier just based off of the ice. They're the originators of that pebble ice, but I've never had a good food item from Sonic. Even the fries, just every time I've had them, cold and not good.
I don't think I've ever been either, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, sorry to anybody else on the trip that rides for Sonic, but
I did have a teammate today in the car say, I heard Sonic is amazing.
I've heard this too.
Sonic has riders.
They had a pretty aggressive marketing campaign when the three of us were in high school with those two guys sitting in the convertible, but I never saw a Sonic commercial and went, oh yeah,
those two guys made the old white men uncomfortable too, I think.
There was some
tension, perhaps.
Left up to interpretation areas.
What do you guys think of Steak and Shake?
Never had it.
It's an average one, I think, at best.
I had it one time at the Great Lakes Crossing, outside of Great Lakes Crossing.
And that as well.
I'm pretty good fries. I don't remember it. I'd be comfortable putting it in the never been area. If you guys have
C tier, it's definitely better than Burger King. I would say, again, I've never been to Noodles, so I don't know. I would say it's like more of a high level C.
Okay, I respect it.
I'm gonna go ahead and speak my only memorable experience from Steak and Shake. And Liam can, I think, vouch for me on this. We went there after Topgolf one day. The worst experience I've ever had in a restaurant in my life. I mean, we were there for hours waiting for our food, waiting for our waitress. At one point, one of our buddies they didn't bring out his food with the rest of ours. And he was just like, can you just put it in a box? And like, even that took like 30 minutes. I mean, it was not a fun experience. I remember as a kid, I liked it, but that experience soured me forever.
Could be a personnel issue as well, but
for sure. And that's why I'm going to keep it in C tier with Joey's recommendation. But for my own sanity, I have to keep it behind Burger King just because that place scarred me.
That's fair. That's fair of you. I appreciate that, Kyle.
Liam, let me know. Type in the chat if you're still listening. If you remember that day or not. Parker too. Parker was there. Fuck. I think it was for Parker's birthday. Now that I think about it. Happy birthday, P. Subway.
Ass.
Top of the ass tier. You know what? No.
Does that mean it's the worst ass one?
Back end of the C tier.
No shot. Zero shit.
Justin, help me out.
I think it's at the top of the ass tier. It wants to be in C.
If there's an ass and a half tier,
Southwest Chipotle sauce is S tier, but there's just nothing good that you can put on it. You can't. I mean, veggies are bad. The meats are bad. The cheeses are bad.
The pepper jack cheese is average.
Joey, help me.
The toaster
Joey, give me more here.
The toaster somehow burns your bread and leaves your meat cold. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. No, I would have to agree. I think it's the worst ass one. When we even talked about doing this tier list, I knew right away if Subway was on it, it was going to be bottom of the barrel. You might as well just put some salt and bread together, and that's what that sandwich tastes like. Meat's super salty, very low quality, and usually the person making your sandwich is pissed off at life.
Yeah, how? The one up here in Traverse City, Kyle, the one on it's on the corner of Hammond and Garfield or Hammond and 3 Mile.
Yeah.
They literally got people in there that just haven't been paid in like months.
I haven't been there yet.
I've been there.
They're in there, and their boss like will come in and be like, yeah, no, can't, not yet, not today. They're just still working, pissed off. Like, dude, just walk across the street. It's a gas station, probably pay you by the day. I do think it's below Panera.
No.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. I'm with Justin on that.
Carter does like Subway. The chicken's bad. The ham's suspect.
You feel dirty after eating it.
No.
And not like a fun B-dubs dirty where you're a little saucy. I mean like fucking dirty.
Like, I definitely ingested some unsafe things just now.
Like half the time you walk in, they're old and outdated, and it feels like you just walked out of like a public restroom.
Yeah, they're always in the dirtiest gas stations.
Yeah, something.
Now, to defend Carter and Subway, I like the smell of being in a Subway.
I can't get behind that.
I like the smell.
Little toasty bread.
The Subway in Oxford, Ohio is the single best like customer service experience I've ever had at any one of these restaurants.
Personnel.
Probably
Personnel comes back to personnel.
Personnel is 100%
a week. You're gonna get the best service possible. They're gonna be like, "Hey, remember this guy from last week? Yeah, he's the only one that's been here since last week." Wow.
They had great connectivity with the student athlete program. You could use your red card, which you received from your team, to pay. And the guy that was running that franchise, he did not take no bullshit. He closed the store for a whole day because he had an employee leave the ingredients in the freezer, and all the lettuce and stuff got the little frost on. He said, I will not serve this.
Are you sure you weren't accidentally at like a Jersey Mike's and you just thought it was
I was at Subway on High Street, electric Subway. That's why I have it in the low C tier.
All of that puts it in the low C tier. That's why it is ass.
That is why it's ass.
Yeah. Because they don't let you get salmonella. That's why it was good.
No.
Health code.
Hey, that Subway didn't let you get salmonella.
Right. The guy's unbelievable. Time just wiped his ass with the bread you're about to eat. So
it's average. It's average. You know what? When you go into Subway, your expectations are low.
That's why you don't go.
Somehow they can't clear the bar, though. Somehow they can't clear the bar.
It's a 6-man off the bench, and it's going to give you 3 points, and probably too many fouls.
No, it's the 12th man off the bench you only put in when you're up 25, and you're just trying to stop somebody from putting up 30 on you.
That's the coach's son right there.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and throw a T-Bell at the top of the A tier, and let's move on to Wendy's.
Anybody oppose?
To what? Taco Bell?
Taco Bell
wants to be... Hold on. I have it behind Chick-fil-A.
It wants to be
above Chick-fil-A. I mean, between Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
It wants to be S tier so bad, but the quality is just not there.
Yeah.
Joey, anything here? I don't think you're a huge Taco Bell guy, are you?
I'm a B. I would say it's B tier, but at the same time, I will say an AM Crunch Wrap is very good.
Yes. The bacon breakfast Crunch Wrap is
delicious.
Would be my number one fast food breakfast item.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the best for sure, but I don't think it's S tier for that reason. Like, one item's not going to do it for me.
Yep, agreed.
They stole my credit card in Traverse City.
They did. I actually told that story to one of my coworkers today. I can empathize with Carter's McDonald's take because that's kind of how I feel about Taco Bell. I think it's consistent, high floor, never going to let you down, but the ceiling's not spectacular. I'd actually, if it were my list, I'd have it right next to McDonald's, just a tick in front of it.
I would consider it the lowest accuracy on this list.
Yeah, it's high variance.
There is a 25% chance you're either missing an item or having an item that you did not order.
Our uncle famously would open his Taco Bell order with, "It doesn't matter. You're going to put whatever you want in that bag anyway."
Yeah.
Moving on.
Wendy's.
That has only cheese in it. I'm good.
Wendy's S tier. Spicy chicken nuggets, the biggie bag. The expansion of the biggie bag menu to include the double bacon cheeseburger.
I have this. I have
think
this
Chick-fil-A
at
is,
the
but-
top of the A tier. I'm just not quite comfortable putting it on the same level as Five Guys and Culver's.
Nope.
Frosty.
The Frosty is elite. Spicy nuggets being on menu at all times is elite. Fries leave a little to be desired to me. And you want to know what? I know Five Guys has it too, but that freestyle Coke machine in there, no, just get away. You're just ruining everybody's favorite drinks with that machine.
We're talking about Wendy's here.
Yeah, freestyle machine.
You said Five Guys, I thought. Just
Five Guys
but Five
also
Guys
has
has that machine too.
Okay. Oh, okay. Joey, where you at with Wendy's?
I'd probably say A tier as well.
I have it right there behind Popeyes.
S tier, I think I would pick Chick-fil-A over Wendy's, but every once in a while, Wendy's just really hits.
Jay, where do you have it on A tier? Because I agree it's A tier, but I think
I would personally have it in front of Popeyes, but if you want to put it,
I think it's above.
I can't put it behind Taco Bell. It's got to be in front of Taco Bell.
okay, I can get behind that.
I like that.
I'm happy with it there.
Yeah. White Castle, baby.
S tier.
Stop.
S tier. Single
Kyle?
greatest one on the list.
Who are you, Harold and Kumar? Come on now.
Kyle.
I don't know what you want me to say here, Jay.
S tier.
Look,
Joey-
I'm not gonna sit
Joey,
here and
hold
say
on,
this.
hold on. Joey, what's your official vote?
I've only had it one time, post-school clothes shopping with Carter and your mother, and it was in Flint. Personnel's bad in Flint area. I can't do it. It's not very high for me. Probably C tier or S.
Kyle, you may proceed.
I have a long-winded answer. Ultimately, just to say, between the hours of 3:30 a.m. and probably 10 p.m., I would have this in like a low C, just above Burger King. But in those perfect night hours, I'll stick it either right behind McDonald's or right in front of In-N-Out.
The personnel thing at the end of the day.
Joey thinks I have it in S tier.
Those brothers love
Personally.
White Castle. Hey,
Now,
you guys.
I'll tell you why. The ceiling is low.
Yeah.
The ceiling's
So-
low, and we accept that. But they are operating within 1% of that ceiling at all fucking time.
My thing is,
Elite.
They are
fast food French
right
fries.
at the ceiling at all times. The French fries are always hot. The burgers, not that hot, but you know what you're getting into. Okay.
Barely
If you're
even have to
ordering
chew
like
it.
chicken rings and stuff, then that's on you. That's your fault.
The onion petals are a slap.
Yes. And they're always hot
Yeah.
and good. So I think they're hemmed in by their menu, and as Joey said, probably hemmed in by their personnel on site.
Mhm.
But I think they're just operating at such an efficient rate. Like I think like what Carter was saying, the sixth man, they could be sixth man of the year. They're never going to make anybody's starting lineup. They're not going to be a star. They're not commanding a big contract. But when you put them on the floor, you know exactly what you're going to get, and they perform night in and night out.
So where does that leave us for a letter here?
For
Because what you just described is a high B, low A.
Yeah, I think it's probably realistically, it's probably right in front of In-N-Out. It's probably doing a smaller scale version of what In-N-Out does, but better.
Yeah.
my biggest thing with them is you can go buy White Castle sliders at a grocery store, and that is a no-go from me.
That's fair. And when they come out of your oven, they're almost equally as good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want that out of my fast food joint, and the quality is about the same. So if you can mass produce that well, it's questionable.
Carter, would you say White Castle's a little bit romantic or emotional?
No.
All right. Well,
I would say
my memories of White Castle are
when
like
I put
experiences, but like the food is pretty like
when I put the White Castle burger
good
into my mouth, the flavor and the enjoyment is the highest of any of the things on this list.
all right, we're moving on. Arby's.
The only gripe I have with
flavorful.
White Castle is they only do ketchup packets, and it makes the ketchup with the fries at the White Castle eating experience a little bit tainted because you got to rip open 15 ketchup packets.
You did.
Yeah, it's true.
That might be. I mean, I like White Castle. That's one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life.
Crave case.
I mean,
It's great.
It's by far more flavorful burger than In-N-Out.
It's not
From the way that Joey described it.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is.
The burger never touches the grill, Kyle.
I know. I understand how it works.
Steam through the onion with the holes to allow for the flavor to infuse in such a way. And just the way that bun soaks up the flavor and seasoning as well and just melts in your mouth. It is unbelievable.
Jay, we don't have one of these up in TC, do we?
An Arby's?
No, a White Castle.
No. I'm not sure where the closest one. I would take a trip to one with you.
Oh,
It'd probably be.
What'd you say, Joe?
I said it might be Flint.
It's Flint.
Is it the closest one?
Yeah.
They're having a hard time keeping them open.
We got a Hooters closer to us. This is bullshit.
That'd be it.
Good wings. Good wings.
Which kind of ass tier?
What do you guys think of Arby's?
It can be really hit or miss.
I like Arby's in B tier.
I like Arby's in B tier too.
The Arby's slander needs to stop.
I think their smokehouse brisket sandwich, crazy as it is, can be very, very good. I know there's multiple nights where Kyle, Liam, and I all went when we were in college to the one on Lake
many
Beach,
times,
and it hit every time.
I respect the menu is excessive. I mean, the different things that they're doing are foolish, to be honest. I don't think they're doing a lot of them that well. The chicken is bad. It's dangerous.
They have chicken?
I do think.
Oh no, buffalo chicken slider's good.
It's definitely better than Domino's and noodles. So I think you guys are probably right. It's probably a low B tier.
I'd like to see it in front of Portillo's. Out of respect.
You're our lone Portillo's reviewer here, so sure.
You guys are talking to me. It might be better than KFC.
I like it in front of KFC. Now that
I do too. And actually, I would put it in front of Potbelly.
Put it in front of In-N-Out.
Is it? Yeah. Fuck it.
It is not going in front of White Castle.
That is where I draw the line.
I'll draw that line too. I agree.
Arby's sauce. Elite sauce.
Banger.
Horsey sauce.
Horsey sauce is very good.
Not my thing, but for you, great sauce.
Jamocha shake. Jamocha shake. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is it. That's our list. Do we have any adjustments we want to make?
Yeah.
You do?
But you don't want to
not putting White Castle in S tier.
I'll make a trade with you, Carts. I'll move up White Castle to A tier if you let me move Burger King down to ass.
Oh, yeah.
Deal?
I'm in for that. Yeah. I think it's better than Panera though. I think it's better than Panera.
Yeah.
I'll compromise it just behind Panera, but above Subway.
I would go to a Panera before I went to Burger King.
I think I would go to Panera before Burger King too, even though I fucking hate Panera. I do.
Unless it's breakfast time, Burger King 100%.
Is Taco Bell better than Chick-fil-A and McDonald's?
No.
It's not better than McDonald's.
I think it's better than. I think it is better than McDonald's.
I think McDonald's should be higher up in A tier. Personally,
I think Shake Shack should be higher up in A tier.
I think the quality of food at Shake Shack is much better than the rest on the A tier list.
I agree.
I'm with you. I think Shake Shack could be in front of Popeyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big menu at Shake Shack as well. I mean, I'm not saying it could be S tier, but it could almost be S tier.
That's the closest one to me.
I think. Yeah. I also don't think Chick-fil-A is that far down either compared to Taco Bell. Just isn't in that high.
Chick-fil-A or McDonald's? Final call from the boys. I won't vote.
McDonald's.
Doesn't matter to me.
I think it's different.
I need a vote from Justin and Joey.
I have it in front of McDonald's because it's different.
Chick-fil-A over McDonald's.
And what was your vote, Justin?
Chick-fil-A over McDonald's?
Yeah, I think the consistency of Chick-fil-A is a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's about the process. Personnel.
Okay, are we locked in?
Locked in.
All right. Those of you listening at home, take a screenshot. Because we only play on YouTube, so this is a visual podcast.
If you're listening to this on audio, grow up. Just watch your phone while you drive.
Not condone texting and driving.
You're not texting, you're just...
Joey, we used to watch Marvel movies on our way down to Ipsy.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh, you just don't want to bring
I
that
will
up.
reiterate what I said before. Grow up.
About Marvel? One of the
kidding.
greatest cinematic universes of all time?
The greatest, numerically.
Definitely the greatest at spending money.
And making it too.
By that logic, McDonald's is the best because they have over 1 billion served. You want to talk about?
I wouldn't say the MCU is an S tier movie. It has an S tier movie in it, but
You don't think so?
maybe
Iron Man 1?
maybe like 2 or 3.
I was gonna say that might be.
I mean, we're not even
comparing them to what? Comparing them to other superhero movies?
All other movies. They're not an S tier. I don't know if there's an S tier. There might be 1 or 2, maybe 3.
I think Endgame is 100% in an S tier movie.
Endgame is as good as Interstellar.
I don't think so.
Are any of them as good as The Lion King?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'd have quite a few over The Lion King.
That's crazy.
So back to our golf podcast. This was fun, fellas.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
The people got to know Joey.
He
Moved from a rocking chair to a desk mid-podcast.
Sitting on the back of the toilet with the camera on the tank, it would appear.
Me?
Kind of looks like a bathroom, half bath you're in.
Yeah. It's our office.
It's a guest bedroom.
Yeah.
I can see what you're seeing, Carts.
It's our other guest bedroom.
You see what I was seeing there with the little doodads on the wall?
Yeah.
And get
It's a big bathroom. I mean, it'd be a long shit if I was doing that.
You're doing nice for yourself, Joe. We know.
It'd be impressive.
Yeah, would be.
Joe is getting fitted for clubs this week. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, that is next on the to-do list.
That's sweet. Well, Joe, thanks for joining us. This is fun.
Glad to be here. Controversial answers to any of the questions that were asked of me. Sorry, not sorry.
I think this is a
Hit us up in the
back-
chat. Tell us what we missed on. Tell us which C and S tier fast food that you ride with. Tell us about all of our A tiers that we were wrong about. If people don't fuck with Five Guys and Culver's, let us know that too. We might have to get this thing down to 12 people, but that'll help out a lot. So
Yeah.
reach out, let us know.
One thing before we hit the road, there has been more than one invitation sent out for captaincy. We are not here to confirm or deny the outcome of the captain that is going to be playing against Carter McPhail and the Conductors. But we are just here to report there has been more than one invitation that has been sent out. Justin, would you like to tell us really quickly before we go who one of the invitations was that was sent out?
I mean, I thought we were going to keep some